Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you are excited on the way to school this morning. I am looking forward to today. Today is the first day we get to welcome our secondary students to school today. It's as a K through 12 school, we have the staggered start. So we've got elementary who started on Tuesday. So today, 7th through 12th graders get to come to campus. I get to take my boys to the bus and then go meet them at campus because I'll drive. But it's going to be kind of nice giving them that break of riding with dad and then them just kind of having their own school experience. So we're going to try to mix it up this year. And hey, hopefully, they give me 2 thumbs up. Although they may say it takes us an hour longer. Why would we do that? But, we're trying. So, and tomorrow my daughter gets married. So, excuse me. So we're going to be flying out to Nashville to get Miracle down the aisle, get her to the altar in one piece. My job is to keep her makeup intact by the time she gets there. And we'll do just that. I'll have some Jolly Ranchers and snacks in my pocket. So today I want to spend a little time talking about just social justice and equity work in schools, because I think in the era that we're in now, we have gone through kind of this journey of the moment happening of George Floyd's murder and schools focusing on a higher level of accountability. For a good portion of schools, they had already made the commitment to equity work, and we're doing things to make strides. And then a lot of folks joined the journey in 2020. And since then, 4 years after, the water has kind of receded in some cases. It's, come under attack in a lot of cases. And the practitioners are struggling with different types of things. Most equity practitioners have a 1 to 2 year run in a organization. If you're in years 3 to 5, at this point you're actually in rare air, and a lot of people don't necessarily understand that. So I just want to share a couple things that I've learned over my journey as an equity practitioner in schools, and some things that I feel like have helped me. And I've talked about pieces of these through a couple of episodes, but one of the first things that I realized was as an equity practitioner, and when I say equity practitioner in a school, that means your actual job title and at least half of your FTE or your time equivalency is solely dedicated to social justice, diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice work. So you could be a coordinator, a director, something of that nature under that kind of DEI umbrella. And sorry, the responsibilities of that person could include hosting guest speakers, keeping the company abreast of different professional development, leading professional development, helping the school communicate through challenging issues, communicating with parents and students when they've been on the receiving end of some targeted or identity-based, microaggressions, all different types of things. So on any given day as an equity practitioner, you could deal with a student, a parent, a teacher, an administrator. You could be hosting an event, preparing for the event. You could be building curriculum and also helping write a public-facing statement on a major issue. So a lot of different things and a lot of different constituencies that you have to interface with. So more and more, the skill set of a diversity practitioner is being strengthened, but you have to have a broad range of skills to pull from. But in these roles, there's a huge level of influence, lots of influence. You've got relationships with different constituencies. You hold a lot of the heaviest stuff for a lot of people on different days. And with all that information, you have to find ways to make an impact, try to solve problems, But also you are to uphold the standard of the institution. You also have to make sure that the company, the brand, the school remains in a proper light. So it's a lot to navigate with just influence. So without authority, you don't necessarily, in most of the roles, not all, but when I first started out, the roles I had didn't necessarily have any authority with them to compel or require or set a mandate. And at times that was very challenging, because when we needed to really live through our mission and advocate and stand up for things, there would be a lot of time spent on re-educating people as to the why this is important or why we need to move at this pace. And that administrative gridlock can actually really hurt a school. It can really, hurt students and families who need to be protected and taken care of because something has actually transpired, or you're trying to prevent something from happening. So knowing if your equity practitioners are struggling with the ability to leverage authority to actually get things done, as administrators and leaders, it's helpful to recognize that and create structures to use the influence that they have of getting this information and taking care of the community, but also channeling it through decision-making process where we can actually move the agenda forward of achieving our equity and inclusion goals. So again, it's a really challenging space to be in, because oftentimes the people that come to the trainings and the voluntary things are the choir, but in a crisis, the folks who could have benefited from the prep work aren't always showing up. So you're also in a constant re-education and reteaching. And as an administrator, you have to support your equity practitioners, knowing that this is a cycle. And most school leaders know that it's actually a very similar cycle for their role too. While administrators have a significant amount of authority and influence, sometimes people think that they're only leading through their authority when they're actually trying to find information or build consensus. So equity practitioners and school leaders have a lot in common in that regard, but they often have different vantage points of similar issues. So it's important to work together and channel the decision-making process through that. So, all right, I'm getting a little long here. I think I'll make this a two-parter on just kind of equity work and things of that nature. But again, just kind of think about who are the practitioners in your school, think about their workload, and, ask them, what does it take for them to be able to achieve their goals, and how can you be a support? So, all right, have a great day, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow on the way to school. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.